Hey everyone, Kai Fluffle and Anthracity here today with our super cool first episode. So today, me and my good bud Anthracity are going to tell you guys about some good old childhood home stories. Everybody's got one of those. Alrighty then, let's get right into it. So, me and my brother Jaden, who is 2 years older than me, we used to be the greatest of buds back when we were little kids. We still are today, but back then it was even greater of a broship. So, my brother and I, we had this game we used to play with others and pretty much all of our friends, and the premise of the game was pretty stupid. We had this Sonic the Hedgehog blue Chaos Emerald that we got from this, thrift store because Sonic Underground was the best. And what we would do was my brother would guard the Chaos Emerald and I would try to get it from him. So, in this game, anything went. Tackling, punches, kicks, but one strict rule remained. We had no nutshots. Because, come on, nobody wants to be that guy. So, one day when we were playing this bloodbath of a game, I took this big roll of plastic that was rolled around a plastic toilet paper roll looking thing. For me and my tiny Asian arms, it was super heavy. So, of course, I had the idea to throw it. So, I pick it up with my small Asian arms and I chuck it at my brother. So what I expected to happen was he was going to dodge it and I was going to get that damned Chaos Emerald. But what actually happened was it dived javelin style into my brother's foot. After I saw what I had done, I immediately knew I messed up. Once it hit my brother's foot, he roared out in rage at the top of his lungs. And of course, me being the little wuss that I am, I ran straight into the bathroom where I can close and lock the door. I stay completely silent and only hear my brother yelling some more, and suddenly, bang! A loud noise comes right next to the room from the bathroom, which was my room at the time, and my brother is now yelling louder. After about 30 minutes of waiting for my brother to cool down and my mom to show up, I came out to find that my brother had punched moving a hole straight through my door. When my mother saw this gaping hole in my door, she calmly took a picture and just framed it over it. I later find out that my bro's rage caused such idiocy that he forgot that my door didn't have a lock, but he decided to punch his way through instead. When I was moving out of the house when this all took place, I took down the picture hanging over the hole and found $30 that I had hid there just chilling there. In the end, my bro had to pay for the door, and I found some pretty sweet $30. And that was my story about how my brother punched a hole through my door.
Alright. Well, my story's a bit different. My memory is in my younger ages when I was about 7 years of age. When I was like any other kid, like going outside, playing with friends. I lived with my sister Karina and Taylor, and we had a neighbor, and it was a small family of a single mom, son, and daughter, and they were trying to make us welcome to the neighborhood, and they did a pretty good job. We loved we ended up moving. The girl that lived there, her name was Amanda, and she was kinda, unique. She was quirky. And she had a pool and a couple dogs. One was a German Shepherd. I don't really remember what his name was, so let's just call him Dank Daddy. And Dank Daddy was a very nice dog, and he loved me, but not so much my sister. And around 1 to 2 weeks of us being moved in, they invited us over to a quote-unquote pool party, and me and my sister were hyped for it. And at the time, I did not know how to swim at all. But I loved water, and we asked our mom, and she said yes, so that made us even more happy. So kind of just like skipping ahead, the day of the pool party, we showed up kind of early, so we just helped ourselves to food and played in the pool a bit. Then later on, when more people showed up, everybody was in the pool. There was about 10 to 12 people, and people were starting to come out of the pool and wind down, and they let their dog outside. Everybody was playing with the dog. The dogs were swimming, and they were pushing the dogs in the pool, and it looked like fun. But to me, a young boy trying to push Dank Daddy in the pool was not going to happen, because I was just kind of scared. But my sister, being the courageous little munchkin she was, decided to try. And when she did, it took a turn for the worse. The dog just turned around and completely just bit her arm and had a really tight grip, and it wouldn't let go. Several people ran over and they tried to pry the dog off, and again, Dink Daddy does not mess around. So he ended up attacking one of their other friends, and right when they did, they grabbed my sister and ran inside to bandage her up. And I was still outside watching this whole thing going down, and it was terrifying. Just watching Dank Daddy just going in on everybody. And eventually it ended up being the end of Dank Daddy. And they ended up putting him up for adoption. And summarizing kind of us all up, we ended up adopting him, and we named him Dakota. It's a pretty weird ending, just knowing that a dog that attacked my sister, we adopted. But that's my story. Wow, wasn't that a story? Well, everyone, I hope you liked it, and if you did, it could really help by hitting that like button and subscribing. I know we sound like a broken record saying that, but it really helps.